right. Well, happy Monday after Thanksgiving. We will not call it the name that shouldn't be spoke because as Main Street family-owned retailers, this is a Monday after Thanksgiving for us.
That's right. Small Business Saturday would be appropriate to mention.
Right. It's the continuation of Small Business Saturday.
Right. It's 2 days after Small Business Saturday.
Every day is Small Business Day.
That's right. You know,
around here.
That's a great point. Like, it's cool that American Express, did what they did many years ago to create something around Small Business Saturday as a response to Black Friday. But supporting a small business is something you should do every day if you can.
That's right. And they should earn your business, but please consider it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Because we do a lot of give back. We got a sign out front right now that says shop local because Amazon doesn't support your kid's ball team. And there's a lot of truth to that. And we do a lot of support for our charities behind the scenes. If you ask one, they'll be able to confirm that. We don't make a big deal about it here on the show, but financially, that is, we highlight a lot of charities, but we don't make a big deal about what we give them in the background. But you can ask any of them and they would confirm it. So yeah, small business, it's always good. It's the backbone of your community and we appreciate our customers and your support. So thanks for watching.
On Friday, the Friday, right? The Friday after Thanksgiving.
Well, we can call it Black Friday.
Yeah, okay. We supported Shops and Lidditz. We went out to lunch. Nice. Tomato Pie Cafe. Really, oh my gosh, like they had gluten-free pancakes and the best pumpkin pancakes I've ever had. I mean, I think I make a mean pumpkin pancake, but they had this like pumpkin fluff that was on top of the pumpkin pancake. It was like really, really good. And we did some shopping. We walked around for 2 or 3 hours around Lidditz, did some Christmas shopping, some awesome, cool little shops and stores in Lidditz. So did our Small Business Saturday thing on
the
Black
best
Friday, right?
small city in America.
That's right. The coolest.
There it is. Sorry, the coolest. Don't want to mess that up. I'll have the Lidditz folks come after me for improper use of adjectives about our city,
right,
and town and our borough, whatever it is. Is it a borough or is it a town?
I think it's a town. Yeah, town.
Coolest town in America. Very good. Well, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Turkey, stuffing, which, by the way, I made a post on my personal Facebook page that was not divisive, but people have their feelings. And I'm glad it wasn't divisive because it was meant to be in fun and in the spirit. But the question was stuffing in the bird or in the pan. And we had panners and we had stuffers.
Panners.
And then we had what surprised me most, the people that like both. It's like, we'll commit to this thing.
Yeah. Well, look, I have to do gluten-free. So as much as I would prefer the in the bird stuffing, it has to be wheat-free for me. For my sensitivities require.
You keep telling me how amazing gluten-free stuff is. So if it's so amazing, everybody around a table should just because the turkey juice is what makes it awesome.
It's true. It's very true. Anything gluten. I mean, for the most part, gluten-free stuff is okay, but anything that's kind of like in the bread vein of things is just not the same. So yeah, gluten-free stuffing is okay, but it's not the same.
Yeah, we got clarification from John. Liddittsboro.
I think for that contest, they were the coolest town, but maybe the contest people don't know what they're talking about.
Probably not. Yeah, they're probably big city folk.
They're big city folk.
They give out the awards to town folk and borough folk.
Yes.
So anyway, it was a great weekend for football. Our producer Chris from Cast Ahead is smiling backstage because Go Blue, Michigan.
They took it
to Ohio State in just fantastic football fashion.
Go Blue. There he is.
The other blue team played Thursday and they won.
You're talking about the blue team in Texas.
The blue, that's it. No more name on their show, on my show, our show. But my team won. Eagles, we won last night, 10-1. At this point, anybody that's saying anything, I'm just going to start posting 10-1 back. That's all we have to say at this point. I mean, it's coming to that point in the season where we're showing that we can win football games.
Yep.
and continue to do so. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yep.
That's right.
Got to wrap
So,
up that number 1 seed and
that's right.
make it happen in the playoffs.
That is right. So anyway, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We hope you're enjoying. There it is. Yeah, stuffing. That was my post. I was really proud. I memed my butt off this weekend. In case you have, so this is serious. So in case you haven't noticed, right? Notice I just this is serious. Not mattresses, not helping people wake up happy, not giving back to charities, not highlighting a great charity we have on the show today. Memeage is serious, and it
Where
is
it's at.
like memes or dreams. It's serious stuff. If you're an iPhone user, get a load of this. So the new update in iPhone, when you go to an image online, and you want the turkey, like I did there on the left of the screen, I guess, as you're looking at it.
Yeah.
If you just hold your finger on the image, it
does the outline.
It
right?
like flushes out,
I saw that.
flashes
I didn't know
out.
what was happening.
Yeah. And you can choose to save it. You hit share and then save. And it saves a transparent PNG to your folder. And then that's right, meme masterclass. And then you can just meme away. So maybe if Chris is at the helm and he's really on it, and by the way, if you want anything podcast,
He's always on it.
Chris from castahead.net does a great job, makes our show look great, sound look great, gets it all up on the players, all that good stuff. So I made another one the other night because my wife Steph loves these Hallmark movies, which is just the same story.
Yeah, recycled.
It's like put the characters on a Lazy Susan, spin it around real fast, whichever ones fall out, get the part.
Christmas in whatever.
Like do a basket with plot lines dropped in. So they do that, shake it up, pull one out.
Yep.
It's like they took the prize-later and made a Christmas movie out of it. Just throw the characters in the plot line. So anyway, I made a meme up that was a very special Hallmark Christmas with the Dutton family from Yellowstone. And the theme was, maybe we can bring it up. If not, oh, there it is. Hallmark Christmas special. Cutthroat Wall Street banker moves in on the Duttons as he tries to corner the Christmas tree market. The ranch dog dies mysteriously. Tate's lost again. It's a step too far for the holidays. The tagline for the movie is John Dutton says, "You'll gone too far. This is our Christmas tree ranch. It's my legacy." And Rotten Tomatoes says, "Finally, the dog isn't 50% of the movie. 96 out of 100. Movie title: They're coming for our Christmas trees.
It mostly falls flat on me because I don't know what that is. I don't know
Yellowstone is fantastic.
I mean, I know it's a show, but I've never seen it.
I say it's fantastic. I mean, it's like really absurd. It's kind of like soap opera meets country western cowboys and Indians meets Survivor.
Okay.
But it's just entertaining.
Well, that's how we felt about Cobra Kai, my wife and I. Like, it's absurd, like you said. It's always a ridiculous plot line. Yeah. But it's entertaining, and you get so far into it, and you're like, you have to finish it out. So,
yeah, we're finishing it out. So, yep. So, Jonna Hoover she's like, enough of you guys.
Yeah, right.
You've been rambling on for 9 minutes. Nothing you've said's been interesting at all.
No.
We just want Pete. Well, we're going to bring Pete on here momentarily. So, a little business. It is holiday time. All kinds of stuff comes across my desk, and I try to share as much as I can that helps our community. So, Blue Ridge, this is maybe your local cable provider. If you don't have the evil other company, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to get sued, but you know who I'm talking about. You got a couple choices in Lancaster, and Blue Ridge is one of them, but they're doing something really great. It's called Spread the Warmth. They are collecting blankets to give out to people who need them at the holidays. So they are going to be on December 8th from 4 to 6 at Community Commons, 560 South Reading Road, Ephrata. December 8th from 4 to 6, they're going to be giving out these blankets. I would imagine if you had blankets to give, you could probably show up and hand them out. Please don't get upset at me if that's not the case. But they've partnered with a bunch of charities in the Northern Lancaster hub. Actually, some of them we've had on, Real Life Ministries, Effort Area Social Services, Career Link, a whole bunch of others. But basically, if you go to blueridge.com/spread-the-warmth, it's right there on the screen. I'm sorry, brctv.com/spread /spread-the-warmth, saying that out for our podcast listeners. If you go there, you can get all the details. If you want to give back some time, we always talk about giving back time here on the show to the charities. That would be great to do it. So that's that. We'd love to see some of our listeners go out to that one.
Yeah.
You might notice behind us, we got some Christmas decorations. So I had the
Very festive.
Yeah. So I had the big grand idea because our Christmas tree looks more Charlie Brown than Christmas tree. And it was a fake one, but it's what it is. It got beat up in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas trees in a mattress warehouse of our building don't really fare well. So I said, well, we really ought to decorate the store. I like retail theater. I like, I kind of wish in some aspects retail went back to the days where department store windows were papered over and then the big reveal happened. So
you get a little bit of that in Lidditz. There was a lot of that.
I would expect
actually.
that from the
coolest town. There was a lot of that
in
retail
America.
theater in Lidditz. Yeah.
So we're not quite Higbee's or anything, but there's the reference. We'll see if anybody gets it. But anyway, you can see some decorations, and we had a really great partnership with Michelle from Country Peddler. She is in a local business owner network. Her website's countrypeddlercrafts.net. She did a fantastic job. We're going to have her continue to decorate for about 4 or 5 other holidays throughout the year. There's her site. She's got a fantastic app that you can get both on the App Store and Play Store. And you get a 15% off when you use new 15. So be sure to check out countrypeddlercrafts.net. Michelle leading that company, leading her family, just doing a great job. So we love supporting her. And she was kind enough to decorate the store. So
it looks great.
Yep, really does. So without too much further ado, Pete's, like you said, 5 minutes. We're at 12. He's just like, this is typical of Jeff and Ben because Pete used to work for us here.
Yes, he did.
So welcome to the show, Pete Ruggieri.
Welcome.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lancaster 505 himself, the Dobie Whisperer.
I'm so happy that you guys are so close with each other. You can share a pair of iBuds.
You're the first person to ever bring that up.
I mean, I know you don't want to say Cyber Monday, but you could probably pick up an extra pair.
The budget's a little tight right here, Pete.
I understand the Bluetooth's probably a little weird. You probably can't hook two of them up.
That's the issue. Yeah, it's totally Bluetooth and sound production.
And just so you guys know, in Pennsylvania, there's cities, boroughs, townships, and towns. There's only one town in all of Pennsylvania.
No kidding. Which town is that?
Bloomsburg.
Oh.
So I just know that from being a police dispatcher and a cop for a little while. But Bloomsburg's the only town.
So cities, boroughs,
townships,
Okay.
and a town.
And a town.
A town.
Any idea why that is? Like,
it's all because we're a commonwealth and we work from the bottom up. So we have like more police departments than the rest of the country combined. You go down south, there's like all police departments, the whole county.
Right.
Here in Lancaster, or Chester County, if you've got 5 people, they create a police department.
Yep. All right.
Interesting.
Well, very good. Well, rather than our usual questions, because we know all the answers, and I think a lot of folks watching know the answers, your headshot photo for this graphic card, John, I like this. She says they've been in Lancaster County so long they wouldn't get a second pair when one will do. Well, there's truth to that. The other, so it's multifaceted. It's that, I suppose. It's and in my house with 2 teenage boys, I'm done buying computers and gaming consoles and earbuds because we've bought like enough. But the other thing is we can't, it becomes weird to hear each other side by side too. So it's all of those things. Jonna will say it's your thing for now. I lost track of where I was going. There we go. Yeah. So tell us why you love Dobermans. I don't think I know that answer.
Sorry about that cough. I'm not really sure. I started years ago and I adopted one, fell in love with them. And once you learn the specific little weird quirks about a certain breed, and then you volunteer with a rescue, they just start anytime they have a dog that needs help, they kind of send them your way. So I think we've had seven Dobermans, and we've probably fostered about 10 or 20 more.
Oh, wow.
And you had, I think the one in your title card was a puppy, right? You fostered one, and then you found out, oh, hey, this dog's pregnant.
Yeah, we fostered this little girl who was running loose in Philadelphia, and we were supposed to keep her through getting her heartworm treatments. So we took her in for her heartworm treatment, and they found out that she was pregnant. So she ended up having 12 puppies at our house, and we raised them to 8 weeks. And then the Delaware Valley Doberman Pinscher Rescue was able to find permanent homes for all of them with owners with Doberman experience. So it all worked out. And we're in contact with all the puppy owners, so we can see them all growing up, and it's really sweet.
You had one that was the star of the show that has his own Facebook page, correct? Is that the one that's in the photo?
I'm not sure who's in the photo. I'd have to see what collar it is, but Fonzie. Fonzie was a red and rust one.
Okay.
But he was always half the size of all the other ones.
Right.
And he still is, but he's completely healthy, and he's awesome. So he's like Fonzie the Dobie on Instagram or Fonzie Franco on Facebook. Nice. So you can follow Fonzie.
Very good. Very good. Well, you're somebody that's, made it a point to give back in your own way, in many different ways. One of the things we're here to talk about today is the Santa Stumble. So we were privileged, honored, I think maybe at sometimes cursed, you could say, to see the inception of it, as you're building out something that has now lasted. Tell us how many years and how it started.
It's like 12 years, I think. It's hard with COVID to remember. But year one, so my buddy Rob and we used to do this thing in York. And it was just 10 people walking through the bad neighborhoods of York in Santa costumes. And it was fun. We used to just give out, we'd ask people to pick a prize and you reach your hand in the stocking and it was full of mouse traps. And
there are some traditions you just don't continue.
Right. And we would hand out dollar store prizes like, marijuana test kits, birth test kits, just randomness. So I said jokingly, I should do this in Lancaster. So year one, I told my buddies and they told some buddies, and we had 50 people come out the first year. So we each decided to kick in $5. I called one of my friends who was a cop on duty that night and said, hey, could you let your sergeant know there's going to be 50 guys drinking and walking around in Santa suits tonight. So he has a heads up and just knows we're not going to cause any problems. And then we in turn donated the $5 a person to the Mounted Police charity. We did it again the next year, but word of mouth spread and we raised $1,000. And I think year three is when it went crazy. It went from $1,000 to $5,000. And that was all collecting $5 a head. So now we take a $10 donation. And I think our biggest year, we wrote a check over $50,000. We had one or two corporate checks that may have been $500 or $1,000, but the vast majority was just per person $10. So the total, we're over $250,000 going to help the Mounted Police.
Wow.
and the canine units.
Yeah. So the Mounted Police, was that your intention for when you called the sergeant and said, hey, this is happening? Did they assign the funds to the Mounted Police and the canine unit, or was that your encouragement, or what was that?
Well, we wrote the check out to the Lancaster City Police Foundation and then made a note that it was specifically for the dogs and the canines. Because, over the past, century, some people don't like cops, some people love cops. But I think everybody can appreciate that the dogs and the horses are they're there because they're working and they're not, they're innocent. So another thing that's kind of cool about the city of Lancaster, when they put the mounted police in, they did not put them in as a line item on the budget. So some mayor couldn't just say, well, we don't need cops on horses. So it's all done by charity. So everything about the food, the medicine, the hospitalization, the trailers, the equipment, it's all covered by donations from the dogs, or, by people like me.
Yeah, so that was kind of the follow-up question. What does, $250,000 if donated to the mounted police, what does that allow them to do?
Well, I mean, I can tell you, I just had a dog eat a sock, and that cost $5,200.
We've all been there.
Well, but these are police dogs. They are a little more intelligent than sock eating.
I don't know. We'll see. But they, their medical care, they have to go to routine training. I mean, the horses especially. I mean, if you think a dog vet is expensive, if you have to get something done on a horse, it's going to be 10 grand minimum.
Yeah.
And the vehicles are expensive. I mean, Jeff, your son was looking for a pickup truck. Like a pickup truck is $100,000 now.
Oh, they're insane. I'm looking to buy more of an antique collector type truck, and I want the Bigfoot truck from my childhood. Mid 70s F-250, and people are like, it's insane what the pricing is. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place there. We got a lot of good comments coming in. I guess Jonna, maybe that's relation, but Chief Hoover, former police chief.
That's her grandfather.
That's her grandfather. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
So
cool.
The closeness of the Lancaster Connects family gets a little closer. And we can all hug and be happy. I like it. So yeah, police dogs are eating the socks of the suspects. So, man, I mean, I think the success of Santa Stumble, what do you think some of the key ingredients of it have been, and why does it continue to grow?
It's really bizarre. I've been asked by people from out of the area, how can we duplicate this in our city? And they can't. There's something really special about Lancaster that makes it happen. One thing is we just must have latched onto the perfect week of the year where nobody's doing anything. And I guess businesses are scared to have Christmas parties anymore because people get drunk and tell their boss or hit on somebody they're not supposed to hit on. But Lancaster is a nice little community where we still know our bartenders. We know the bar owners. And, that's kind of the side effect of this. In the summer, all the bars that have decks are packed in Lancaster.
Right.
But the fall and the winter is just dead months. So this is, for most of these bars, it's the busiest night of the year. So it gives a bartender or server a couple $100 in their pocket, gives the owner some money to pay some bills. It's just really nice for everybody.
So did you essentially create a Black Friday for bars?
Let's just say I don't really pay for drinks very often downtown.
So, you're talking about, like why it works so well in Lancaster. Like there are a great collection of unique family-owned bars and restaurants right there in a few block area. Maybe talk a little bit about some of these bars and who participates and why people should participate in the Santa Stumble and support these restaurants.
Well, the three that come to mind that have been there since the beginning, where you just saw Joe in the video, was Yorgo's Downtown. They've been big supporters of the police for years. And they kind of have a younger crowd. And then Marion Courtroom, they've been around for years, and their crowd in the summer starts off my age and older. And then as the night goes on, the age and the IQ drops. As it gets closer to midnight, it's all people that just got their 21st birthday yesterday.
Yep.
And then Tellus 360 have been big supporters of this. But all locally owned bars that are really invested in the city of Lancaster. And they've all made good strides in making Lancaster better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good.
So how does it work? You have people make their $10 donation, they show up somewhere, pay their money, get something. How does it all work?
So you'd like this, Ben. It's kind of like the Seinfeld episode. It's like it's a show about nothing.
Right.
So you make the donation and you get a pin. The pin gives you 0 superpowers. It basically just says you're a nice person and you made a donation to charity. You could still go to any bar you want if you don't make a donation. Okay. Now, that being said, a couple of the bars will charge a $10 cover charge if you don't have the button. So that'll get you to say like Tellus or Annie's or somewhere like that. Also, the Village, another bar that's been with us since the beginning. This year's Stumble will be their last night in business after 70 years in Lancaster. So I don't know
they were closing, but that's cool that your event is the last thing they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know if George is going to let us go feral in his place and rip it apart, but too bad Gallagher's dead. Gallagher could have smashed all the Christmas trees, but yeah, so it's just going to be fun. And I think I checked last night, we're around the $16,000 mark. I imagine by the night of it'll be over $30,000 to $40,000.
Yeah.
Plus cash. So maybe 50 again. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. John, who I know helps you out. I think you have an actual board. Is that right? For Santa Stumble, or maybe a pseudo board?
Well, John and I, and we all the organizers have access to see the Eventbrite stats.
Yep.
So we can see how many tickets have been sold. I thought it was over 1,000, but I'll look here if I don't steal all the Wi-Fi.
Well, while you're doing that, so it's the 2022 Lancaster Santa Stumble. The event itself is, I'm going to mess it up here, December 10th. It's right there on the screen.
Yep.
December 10th.
Yeah, and a shorter URL for you. If you just go to www.lancastersantastumble.com, it'll take you to that long, complicated Eventbrite URL. Yeah. So lancastersantastumble.com. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, we've got that in the show notes too. So if you're catching this on replay, look at the post notes where you're watching it, whether that's Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. If you happen to be listening to this on audio, you can look in the show notes. It'll be in there as well. So yeah, December 10th, downtown Lancaster. A lot of people will be there, and begins 4:00, goes through midnight. As Pete said, you don't have any superpowers. You don't get your button is not a get out of jail free card. Yes, you can have fun. Yes, you can bring some crazy gifts, but remember, this is still your town, and you got to go to work Monday, and you don't want to be that person that wins the award for best mugshot.
Well, the good news is the bars are so crowded. It's really hard to get drunk because it's hard to get enough alcohol in you because the bars are so crowded.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that a challenge? Are you putting a challenge out there?
Yeah. So we're at 1,135 tickets sold plus whatever Joe sold in cash. So 1,200 tickets.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I remember. Go ahead.
It'll probably be 3,000 by the time we're done.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the early days, which might have been around year 3 or 4 when you were here with us at Gardeners. So, little fact that we haven't covered yet: Pete used to be a part of our team here with us at Gardeners, and it was always fun when we had the 2 locations, and it was kind of like track Pete down with the bag of buttons and scarves for the donation.
Well, the second
now you got more technically focused with Eventbrite.
Yeah, the second location didn't have as much foot traffic, so I'm like, hey, if I can lure people in here and let them know about your store, is that cool if I hand out buttons? So yeah, I would just have a steady stream of people coming in looking at buttons.
100%.
I think I maybe sold one $400 mattress out of it, but oh well.
That's all right. We've always been about supporting good people who support the community. So that's always fun. Speaking of good people, you were awarded a very, I'm going to butcher it, a very major award.
A leg lamp.
For Gile.
Just a little side turn in our conversation. We had some video on the screen of WGAL News 8's Heroes Who Care, I think is what it was.
8 Who Care.
8 Who Care. There we go. So you were nominated for that and chosen. Talk about that a little bit.
So yeah, my friend Bonnie nominated me without my knowledge. I usually like to be behind the camera, but it was pretty nice to be nominated. And so the cool thing is when I went to go to the dinner that WGAL had, I got to meet the other 7 people and watch their videos too. And it really was kind of amazing that all these people were doing these good things here in Lancaster County. So yeah, I was proud to be nominated, and there's guys like John, Erica, and Joe, and my wife Stephanie that have been with us, if not from the beginning, at least going back 10 years. That really make everything happen. So they're all part of that award as well. So I appreciate the help.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, kudos to you. It's not often we get to talk to somebody who's raised $250,000 to benefit their community. That's super cool. I understand this year, besides the Mounted Police and K-9 unit, there's a couple of other nonprofits that the donation will go to. Maybe you can mention them and talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, so we're trying to branch out a little bit. My thinking is if we can spread the money out a little bit, maybe we can get some support from other nonprofits, have them share and help us market.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, one of our volunteers, Joe, he chose Clare House, and I don't have all the specifics in front of me, but I know that they help women with children in need from difficult circumstances. And John, you can maybe type you something. I see he's watching. Tell you a little bit more about Good Samaritan Services, another great local group that helps people in need. And we're discussing maybe next year if we can figure something out. Maybe you guys could help. I don't know. People could send in like a sizzle reel or something where they talk up their charity, and then we could pick two new ones every year and add them into the mix so that they get to they get a chance to partake. I would just ask any charity that wants to be involved that they are involved. I mean, if we're going to write you a check for $5,000, I would like you to help hand out some pins and do some things like that. But my thinking is hopefully if we give away the money to 3 charities, we'll eventually be able to get this bigger and bigger, where the first charity is not going to lose out. Right. We're going to grow the total number, and all ships are going to rise from it.
Yep. Yeah. Very smart thinking. And along the way, you're still always doing good anyway.
Yeah. And, and we're always looking for volunteers. If anybody wants to help out next year or this year, we're looking for ideas. If anybody knows a better way of us collecting money than using Eventbrite, or anybody that has better ideas on the financial side, one of my challenges this year is, last year we had one charity, so I had everything under that charity's EIN. Well, Eventbrite only wants to write one check. So me breaking this out among 3 charities, I either have a check made to me, I write 3 checks, and then I have to wait for a nasty letter from the IRS in 3 years that says I didn't report $50,000 worth of income. and go through this long drawn out process of showing them that I did everything
Right.
legally. But maybe there's a foundation out there that would like to step in and help us out on the back end,
Yeah.
where my volunteers can help out with the experience and doing the legwork. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anybody listening, if you have any ideas there, get your brand pan cooking and pass this show along, because as it gets bigger, that'll be more important. I mean, I think unfortunately that's one of the things that kind of slows people down from their efforts. Something they get behind, they might make from scratch. It's the bookkeeping, the compliance, things like that. So kudos to you for bringing it along this far. But yeah, you're right. It does present a couple issues. The John had commented, there's also a costume contest at the village. What's going on with that?
so we do this every year. We encourage people to dress up anything Christmas related. And some people get really creative and really funny. But there's also a couple groups of people that it'll be a group of friends and they'll all create costumes in the same theme. And this one group in question, I mean, they did the Nightmare Before, they did the, whatever you call a Christmas Carol with Scrooge. They did all the cast of characters. I've seen, thousands of Buddy the Elves, but so we do best costume and best group. And I'm amazed by the talents of some of these people and the work they put into it. I mean, one guy came as a snow globe one year. He just had this big ball all around him.
He repurposed Bubble Boy from Seinfeld?
Yeah, and he just had it full of snow and things. And I'm sure he has asbestosis now, but yeah.
How do you, I guess you don't go in and out of bars. You just like hang out on the sidewalk if you've got this bubble around you.
I don't know. It still wasn't, as wide as I used to be. But yeah, it was still small. He could fit through doors. I don't know how he drank.
Right. Good point. Maybe a straw. So what are the prizes?
They're fabulous prizes.
And they are?
We don't really know.
Okay.
So I think Joe, who works for Brown Foreman, which owns Jack Daniels and other liquor companies, he may be able to hook us up with some Flyers tickets, which they're on like an eight game losing streak.
Yeah.
So,
hot ticket right now.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're hard to score. But I don't know. We'll probably have some gift cards from restaurants, or you'll just have our eternal gratefulness, and maybe we'll buy you a drink.
There you go.
It's all for charity. Rights. Well, to me, that would be the thing. It would be. I am a 5-time winner of the group. I'm part of the team that won 5 times in a row for the group contest. To me, that would be the thing.
That's right.
Right. The bragging rights would be the most important thing.
Pete, you don't, to participate in the Santa Stumble, get your button, all of that. You don't have to be in costume, right? Like you can just do your own thing. Yeah,
you could just wear the button and just wear boring street clothes and be a loser.
I was going to say they do prefer your clothes with your button.
Right.
But I would say you should try to wear at least something festive, whether it be a Santa hat or a scarf.
Yep.
Give an effort.
Right.
Yeah, don't be like Kramer in the AIDS walk. I don't need the ribbon.
Yeah, right. Who does not want to wear the ribbon?
Right.
Pete, is there anything
good?
Right? Is there anything new for the Stumble this year in 2022? Or anything that you've got coming on the horizon, like next year and beyond? Anything that you want to add into it?
There's tons of stuff I would love to add into it, but I don't want to do the work.
Right.
For
it's
example,
a lot of work, yeah.
Like I always thought that it would be a great idea for downtown to latch onto this and make it a thing for the whole day. I mean, we don't start till 4:00. So if downtown businesses would get to be part of it, I would love to see where my $10 button gives you a discount at any of these businesses on this list of paper that are sponsors. And so, maybe a restaurant could make it 15% off your meal on a Wednesday night, which
Right.
they're dying slow anyway. And there's
Right.
already a button in their point of sale system for a 15% veterans discount. So you don't even have to do anything. Just,
Right.
or I would love that with the costume contest, if somebody wanted to have an animal costume contest somewhere, I think that'd be awesome. I would just need people and volunteers to run it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for whatever reason, the city does the tree lighting and then kind of gives up on Christmas.
Tuba
but I think-
Christmas. But I think that's all the same thing, right?
Same night, yeah. But I think this is an opportunity where the merchants and everybody downtown could kind of pile on. I mean, it's been 10 years. We haven't done anything dumb yet. I understand in the beginning, we're going to have 1,000 drunk people downtown was kind of scary, but we don't have 1,000 drunk people. It's 1,000 fun people, 2,000, 3,000 fun people downtown. But do your stuff during the day before we get started. And I just think it'd be a great opportunity.
I wonder if
really good ideas. I like it.
Connecting
I
the
like
dots with like Ann Williams, the Lancaster.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the organization. It's escaping
The
my
three,
head.
Lancaster
it's like,
Community
or the-
Alliance.
That's right.
yeah, or the 300 block of Queen Street, or any of those different groups
Right.
downtown.
Right.
Yep. Betsy Shank says she wears her scarf every year.
And I saw Acorn Acres posted something earlier.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
go if you go on the LancasterSantaStumble.com and on the Eventbrite page, contact organizer, those emails will come right to me.
There you go.
That way I don't have to give out my email on the air, because I think everybody I bought anything from in the past 10 years has already emailed me this weekend.
Right.
Yep. So there it is, right there on the screen. Chris is showing us.
Yeah, so that would be me, probably be me, Pete, and just go on Eventbrite and contact organizer.
Yep. Very good. Very good. And I don't know, Pete, you have to look in the private chat, but producer Chris looks he was had some time between pulling levers and pushing buttons back there. Made or found maybe an alternative for
Donor
Eventbrite.
box. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that you can change gears now, 14 or so days out, but 12 days out, I guess. But either way, there's another source for you for down the road. And anybody else that might be listening that needs to do charity work and wants another portal to organize all the efforts through Donor Box might be something.
I mean, Eventbrite's great, but it's it's like a $2 in fees for a $10 donation. If I could cut that back a little bit, it'd be nicer for the donors.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, I mean, this has been what I thought it would be. A lot of fun, a lot of jokes, but a lot of good. And that was the one cool thing about having you work with us. You're always of that mind, always doing your best, always looking to give back and find ways to do that. So, man, we always appreciated having you here, and it's good to see you there, and it's good to see how you've grown the Lancaster Santa Stumble all these years.
And these guys asked me before I came on, I'm not in the empty Park City Mall. I'm in an empty banquet room where I work at the Valley of Reading. So we have no lunch banquet booked today. So I guess I should get back to work and book some banquets.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. We can't run yet. We've got the connection cocktail where it's our opportunity.
Right.
I mean, we know you, but maybe not everybody listening and watching knows deep down the things that Pete likes to do and prefers. So I guess I'll kick it off.
Yeah, you kick it off because I want to ask the second one.
So what's your favorite thing to do in Lancaster? One thing.
Wow.
We
In
ask the tough
Lancaster?
questions here. Yeah, this is Lancaster Connects, Peter. It doesn't have to be city. It could be county, whatever, Let's give us.
I like to drink at my local bar.
Okay. All right. Hey.
What a diplomatic answer that was.
Yeah.
As the organizer of the Santa Stumble.
Well, my former favorite bar, the Fulton Bar, is no more. And then I moved out to the county, so it was Stubby's for a little bit. So I guess now it's Stubby's out in the Oregon Pike.
Okay. Yeah. Nice little outdoor patio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, and I'm going to love your dissertation here, and you can pick more than one based upon the silo in which each solution exists. Turkey Hill, Sheets, Rudders, or Wawa.
Wawa.
That was not even a hesitation.
For everything. For food, for gas, late night snacks.
He's a Chester County boy at heart. Like
I know.
like originally. I mean,
well, I don't see anything. Turkey Hill brings nothing to the table.
Okay.
Other than iced tea and ice cream.
Yeah.
But I can get those at Giant. Wawa has good coffee, and I like being able to just pour it myself. Sheets with that machine that just spits at you for the coffee is really annoying. I got some nachos at Sheets, and there was so much salt in it, my left foot blew up like a balloon. So I'll bring in a wild card, Royal Farms, for their chicken.
Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Rofo chicken and Wawa.
There you go.
Yeah, he did not hesitate with the Wawa answer.
I kind of figured as much, but I still appreciated the dissertation on the rest.
Yep.
All right, your turn.
All right,
I'm from Kenneth Square. I mean, we had one of the original little Wawas.
That's right. They're founded in that area, right? Somewhere down there.
In Wawa, Pennsylvania, in Delaware County.
Okay. There's a Wawa, Pennsylvania? I did not know that.
It's a mailing address, but it's right by the state police barracks and media.
It's kind of like that town in Bloomsburg.
Yeah, right.
Or that town. There's that one place.
So, Pete, you're bringing friends, family, whatever, into Lancaster to do something for a weekend. What part of Lancaster do you like to impart on the friends and family? Like, what makes Lancaster special to you, and you like to share that?
I tend to bring everybody downtown because people hear Lancaster and they think Lincoln Highway East, Dutch Wonderlands, and all the touristy crap, or the Amish areas, which are beautiful.
Yeah, right.
And as somebody that volunteers for the Doberman Pinscher Rescue, I see some of the darker parts of that culture with puppy mills and things like that that I'll leave out of this today. But they don't realize there's actual city of Lancaster. And I let them know, I mean, it's a real city. We have shootings, stabbings, all those fun things. But, whatever ethnicity you want, you can find amazing food downtown.
Yeah.
And the history of the buildings and just walking around, and even cheese ball stuff like Central Market is beautiful to show to visitors.
Yep.
Yep. I try to explain the farm to distributor, to a warehouse in Michigan, to a warehouse in Philadelphia, to a distributor, to Central Market, to table market to them, but they don't get it. So I just say farm to table is great here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Very good.
Hey, before we release Pete, can I do my testimonial here with Pete on camera? Because this is the Gardener's Mattress and More. Lancaster Connects is sponsored by Gardener's Mattress and More within these four walls.
I have no idea what's about.
Yeah, so I went deep in the archives for a Gardener's testimonial. So David, about 7 or 8 years ago, David wrote, we were displeased for many years with our bargain store pillow top mattress. An acquaintance spoke highly of Gardeners, and we immediately noticed a difference in sales approach walking in the door. Ben first got to know us and thus learned our needs before we even touched the mattress. We continued to work the sales floor with Pete and determined that a mattress with latex topper was right for us. To be sure, we scheduled a dream room where we further concluded that we made the correct choice. Now, several weeks later, we continue to sleep better without aches and pains in contact points. We are very pleased with Gardeners and our purchase and would highly recommend Gardeners. So I figured we always do a testimonial because we have a former employee on. I thought it'd be cool to go into the archives and pull one out of there for Mr. Pete.
I have a 3-inch latex topper. It's been on my bed for 10 years. Still brand new. It still looks like it's brand new. Feels like it's brand new. It's amazing.
Yep.
So if you and I threw it on top of a $13,000 Tempur-Pedic, but even if
That's
you
true,
threw it
the
on,
man bed.
yeah, even if you threw it on a a bed that's in good quality, you are going to improve your sleep so much.
Yep.
My recommendation
100%.
from
We
the
didn't even
past.
pay him to do that.
That's right. That's right. Pete, man, this has been fun. Congrats for all of your work, all your efforts coming to light how it has the last 12 years. It's got to be something pretty special. You should be proud of yourself. I know you're a humble guy, but you really should be. Thank you, really, on behalf of the Lancaster Mounted Police, and then now it'll be Clare House and Good Samaritan this year as benefactors. Really happy to see all you've done, and love that you've done it, and we'll continue to do so.
And you guys, I appreciate it. You guys can come see John and I, Joe and Erica. We'll be at some different spots this week. You can find them all on LancasterSantaStumble.com doing early handouts of buttons and and cash sales. The night of, hopefully, as soon as I get released from button duty, I'm going to be over at the village. It's their last night. I'm sure it's going to be packed to capacity, so I want to get in there before they lock people out and come buy me drinks.
Oh, you mentioned the village again. Who judges the costumes? We didn't talk about that. Who is there one judge, multiple judges, committee?
Top people.
Top people. Okay. you got to volunteer to be a judge.
Usually, John and Erica take care of that, and they look around the room and try to find some notable people that so maybe like George the owner, or if we happen to see any local celebrities, or I don't know, maybe a retired mounted police officer, that they kind of make up the little committee of who votes. That's
awesome. Very good.
Very good. Pete, this has been fun, man. Thanks for taking the time out. LancasterSantaStumble.com is where you go for all of the fun, the festivities, and to get your button. And if you like the idea of supporting these charities, but maybe not so much going out, you can still donate. I'm sure they'd love that. LancasterSantaStumble.com.
If you're a business, send us a check. We'll give you all kinds of love on Facebook and on the website.
Yep. There you go. Pete, thank you. Really appreciate your time. Yep. All right. Well, look, if you want to be a guest on the show, you're doing great things. You are a local hero like Pete, or somebody like Pete, or you're with a charity and you want some shine, we'll give it to you here on the show. LancasterConnects.com/guest is where you go, and that gets the process started. We'll get you booked. I think at this point we have one opening for December, maybe two. But
I think we're pretty well booked.
Okay.
If we get
a
confirmation, we're pretty well booked and booking into January at this point.
Yep. I'm not afraid to say it. It's our show. We put this on.
It is our show.
We really don't do a lot of this on the show, but holy sheet. Do I have something to show you? Literally, holy sheet.
Here, I better move over.
If Pete's still watching, he's like, we never had those cool things. That looks like 7 times the size of what he had when he sold for.
This is retail theater in all its glory.
I'm trying to it's so big.
You can bring it over here.
I can't even get around it.
Put it in my seat.
There we go. So listen, holy sheet. If you've ever suffered from sheets that are terrible, where they pop off, ball up, pill, they don't fit right, that fitted sheet, you're always doing the tug of war, yanking the sheets off your sleeping partner, your spouse, husband, wife. Dream Fit sheets are fantastic. Amazing elastic band that cinches things in. But really, the whole idea here is these corner straps. Okay. They're fantastic. They're beefy. They hold your sheets on, and they even have these little silicone beads to give a little extra grip. You'll never have the sheets pop off. And if you're looking to solve problems in your day and you have these on your bed, you've just solved all your sheets problems. So holy sheet, you can actually fix this. You can come to Gardner's and get amazing Dream Fit sheets for your mattress set. They're just incredible. I swear by them. Everybody swears by them.
And they fit mattresses that are how big is that? 18 inches deep.
It's big. Yeah, it's big.
Can I come back on camera?
You can come back on camera. So I just felt these came in today, so I kind of thought it'd be funny to do that. And
Like that. Well, fight no more, Jonna.
yeah,
Fight
John,
no more.
I mean, you've got an amazing mattress set from us. So I think you need to have some amazing sheets.
Yeah.
So fix that. Holy sheet, it's time. I'm gonna find like 3 more ways to say holy sheet
Yeah.
in this thing. Sleep better tip. So I'm gonna circle back to this one because it's appropriate for my weekend sleep routine. I think I've mentioned it before. Maybe after a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day weekend, however you carved it up, you fell off your routine, you slept in a little bit more. Man, it can really throw you off. Keeping your routine's important, even through the weekend. We are saving marriages, Jonna. That's right. Better sheets, better marriage. There you go. But that could be a sleep tip. But keeping your routine is important. So I shared why this weekend mine fell off, because I got up very early Sunday morning to traipse out in the woods for the second day of deer season, buck season here in Pennsylvania. Found a good little spot that could not kill me as far as walking goes, because I'm in need of a knee replacement, and that'll happen soon. But yeah, got up at 4 a.m. and made my way to the woods in my spot by 5:20 and froze. Saw a little action, and then went back home and took a nap. And I'm paying for it. I'm feeling a little groggy this morning.
So your sleep routine was out of whack.
It was way out of whack. And then I stayed up late watching the game last night. So keep that routine, because seriously, being off an hour gives you basically 3 hours of jet lag. It's the equivalent of flying back and forth to the coast, coast to coast. So it really is important. You're healthier for it. And your body, your mind, your energy will thank you for keeping that sleep routine. If you want great tips, go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, and we will mail you the book for free. Store happenings. We've got some Black Friday, Thanksgiving events and savings that are wrapping up. We kind of transition right into the Christmas savings this time of year. gardnersmattressandmore.com/sales is up to date. I actually updated it this morning.
It's unbelievable.
I got rid of Turkey Ben, and you can now see Santa Ben.
Oh my gosh.
So you'll have to go there, gardnersmattressandmore.com/sales to see what I'm talking about.
Meme and WordPress masterclass from Jeff.
I'm not giving any WordPress master classes.
You know what I just thought of? Next week's store happenings, we will have to share the pictures from last week's visitor, who made a visit to this very podcast studio.
Oh my goodness!
And we'll just tease it. It
Yes.
was like the most special visitor we've ever had here.
Emmy
the
nominated.
most famous
Emmy nominated
we've ever had here. So
Yep.
we will share that on next week's store happenings.
We will. It's prize-a-later time, just in time for the top of the hour. It's been spinning. It's been taken to 11. Let's hit eject and see who wins. Oh,
Eject.
see, I ruined it. It wasn't spinning.
Chris needs to press a button.
That's what happens when you
A lot
work
of
without a
comments.
net. Yeah, we got a lot of participation in this one. Acorn Acres, Betsy.
Yep.
Betsy's our winner. Congratulations, Betsy. You get a choice of Less Snore, More Cuddle drinkware or restaurant gift card. Your choice. All right. That's the show.
That's the show. Great show.
Yeah.
We had a lot of comments.
It was good. It's a fun show.
Yeah.
It's good to see Pete. LancasterSantaStumble.com. That's the place to go. December 10th. It is the night in Lancaster. Congratulations, Betsy, on your amazing award, a major award. Congratulations on that. And Lancaster Santa Stumble is the place to go December 10th from 4 to midnight. It's a fantastic time. Dress up, have fun, be responsible, and please remember you're representing Lancaster yourself and by extension some of these charities, but have a lot of fun because it's really a fun night. It really is.
You know, coming back around to your, it was early on in the show, you said Higbee's
Yes.
Christmas story.
Yeah.
No, nobody else commented on it. I was waiting all show to see if somebody Higbee's, and you even mentioned Christmas story at some other point during the show.
I did.
Forget what it was. Oh, the leg lamp.
That's right.
Leg lamp.
Pete mentioned the leg lamp, a major award.
Yep, major award. Yep.
Yeah.
I introduced that movie to the kids on Friday night.
Yep. Last night I was stringing along obscenities like a poet, trying to find lids to match Tupperware containers. We have a problem. I'll fill you in next time on Lancaster Connects. Take care.